All right, let's talk about Travis Hunter. Yes, we finally got some Travis Hunter, both playing offense and defense, so we'll talk about it. I think one was definitely a lot better than the other. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let's start off with this play. The one you see on your screen, it's a 3rd down and 5 situation. You see where Travis Hunter is going to be running. It's essentially going to, even though it's zone coverage, it's going to essentially be a one-on-one matchup. And when Hunter begins this route, he's going to do the thing that Travis Hunter kind of just does, which is first he's going to start off not giving away what he's going to do. He cuts so smoothly and so suddenly that he's going to make sure he doesn't cheat, doesn't tell you what he's going to do until it is time to cut. He's about to cut right here. He wants to cut down, and watch how well he's going to do this. Look at how he cuts so smoothly. Does not get the first down, though. That is worth mentioning. So, great cut, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, but that is definitely what you can see. People could blame him. Do you want to finish that route up a little bit more? Do you not want to, is that a size thing of getting tackled right away? For me, I actually kind of just want that ball to be out a tick earlier, or maybe half a tick earlier. I think that would actually be what would probably get you to first down there. Either way, that's such a good route that you would have liked to see them to get the first down on it. I definitely get that. Did set up a 4th and 1, which they converted on though, so still ultimately worked out. This next one is kind of a similar play. This time it is just a straight up man coverage play, but again, you see the route that he's gonna run here. I think ideally something else further down the field could get open, but it's 3rd down and 12. The Steelers are very much defending farther down the field. So one, Trevor Lawrence takes the snap right here. You're going to see that, he's just going to look over here. Hey, once again, Travis Hunter kind of doing the thing he was able to do earlier. Watch as, he makes the catch, and he's going to try that spin move, and it doesn't quite work out here. And that's the thing, right? In college, you get the ball in his hands, and he would just seemingly juke out all 11 defenders and get into the end zone on some plays. You're just not going to have that consistency in the NFL. Guys are just so good at tackling that it's not going to happen as much. You just hope that it happens some. Heading over to this one, it's kind of a similar thing where it's going to be a screen pass on a 1st down and 10 situation. They're going to give the ball to Travis Hunter on this play. You're going to see right off the bat, well-blocked play. Looks to be in a good situation. Hunter can run it forward, maybe pick up the first down, depending on how things go on this one. He does a good job of accelerating. Once again, tries that little spin move. Doesn't quite work out, but still gets the yards that are available. So, you see that explosiveness, and that still seems to be playing. I think there were a couple questions going into the NFL that we're starting to get some answers on, right? One of those is how well will the athleticism and footwork play? Seems like that's playing pretty well, at least in preseason football. The spin moves not hitting on these ones. So that's kind of it for the receiving stuff. While I do have some, I don't even know if nitpicks is the right word, some things that maybe you would have liked to see more of that you didn't see with the breaking tackle stuff. Ultimately, it was a good offensive performance. He showed what he can do, and he showed at least some of his traits should work at the highest level in the NFL. Now let's get to the defense, and this play is what I think his biggest critics, not that there were many, but his biggest critics would complain about with him is not a big guy, right? He's listed at 6'1", 185, and the question is, can he make tackles? Well, let's see this play. It's going to be a running play. The back is going to eventually get the ball and bounce out towards Travis Hunter's side of the field. And I will say, this is a bit more of a tricky tackle than it might look on paper because you are trying to pick up the running back is trying to pick up the first down. You're trying to not let him pick up the first down. So you see Hunter's probably moving a little bit further in than he would have if this was, say, a 1st down and 10. However, that being said, he misses the tackle completely. Doesn't even really slow to back down too much. That's a bad play. And you might sit here and say, well, who cares? He's there to cover, not to tackle. But ultimately, this stuff actually matters more than you might think. Because if you do have a corner who can't tackle, what is the opposing offense going to do? They're going to run the ball on that direction consistently, and it can actually take even good corners out of the game. You don't have to be a great tackler. Like the difference in value between an elite tackler and an okay tackler at corner doesn't really matter too much, but the difference between an okay one and a bad one actually matters a lot. This is one play. I'm not going to freak out over it, but you got to make this tackle. You got to make this play. You just do. Also, this next one, this is going to be, again, maybe a bit nitpicky, but it's the preseason. We'll only have so much tape to go over. You see where he is. He's covering a player one-on-one right here. It's Lance McClutchin, I believe is his name, undrafted free agent from a couple of years ago. Does have a handful of snaps, to his name, but not a ton. You see when this play begins, really going to sell as though he's going a bit more towards the bottom of the screen. And quite frankly, he fools Travis Hunter. I mean, you look at pausing it right here, you see Hunter is really making an effort to get in that direction. And so when he cuts back over to middle, I mean, there was a bit of separation. It was a 3rd and 20, probably wouldn't have worked out. But that's definitely not a rep you look at and say Travis Hunter won in that situation. Definitely not. Now, I will say as well, part of what we saw with Travis Hunter playing corner is like, I only have the broadcast footage to make an evaluation, and you didn't get to see all of it, right? And what I mean by that is you see this play 3rd and 4, he has a one-on-one matchup on the outside, and as you see, like, it looks good. He seems to have him covered from the part that we see. I don't think that would have gotten open, certainly not quickly or anything like that, but then it goes off screen, and that's the end of the play. So, hard to say too much with some of those plays. Again, that's the issue with trying to evaluate corners, and part of why I think corners are really underrated in the NFL is just because watching on film, or I should say watching live, you literally don't see a lot of the value that they bring because you just don't see them on tape unless it's a play that goes wrong. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. Listen, I didn't think the corner stuff was great that we saw. It wasn't horrible either. We did see some snaps that looked all right, but like I said, from what we could see, the ones that we could actually see him play, it wasn't ideal. It also was only a couple of snaps, so like, we'll see how much this actually is an issue or not. But yeah, I mean, the tackling thing, it's something that people were concerned about heading into this situation. He missed one tackle. Let's not freak out and let's not overreact. But again, this is small pieces of information. It is such a small sample size, it's hard to say anything. But, if we're going to evaluate it, that's a little concerning. At the same time, he still shows that he still has that elite quickness that even stands out on an NFL field, even if it's not, going up against other teams' number one players. It's still showing that he can do it against, again, one thing I keep saying is backups in the NFL are college football all-stars, so you still have that. So yeah, ultimately, a mixed bag performance from Travis Hunter was how I saw it. How did you see it? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.